This show is about your mental health. While it's supported by the pillars of positivity and hope, if you find yourself in crisis, please reach out for help. In many communities in both the United States and Canada, you can dial 211 to be connected to mental health and crisis services in your region. While it may seem like it at times, you are not alone. Okay, I'm trying to get as many of your hellos in as I can. Hello to Calvin and Ruth. Hey, Matthew. How you doing? There's Cindy and Kelly. Yeah, I'm trying to get as many as I can in. But unfortunately, Parker's he hasn't been switching with me lately. So he says maybe next week he'll get back into it and he's able to put things in. Oh, there we go. Darlene, trying to get hello from Newfoundland and hello to everybody. Hello to all of the regulars, but I want to know who's new to begin with. And welcome to the Happy Molecule Extra. This is a show for those of you who are new to this. And again, please if you could please just put it into the message column that you are new here. Hello from Coburg. Hello, Liz. If you are new here, please pass it on. This show is about your mental health. It's about good mental health. And it's not for, it's for people who have depression. It's for people who don't have depression. It's for people who have a pulse, basically. And it's about positivity. It's about good advice. There's somebody new right there. Marlene. Hello, Marlene. Welcome. Everybody welcome, Marlene's. Andrew, hello to you. Scott. Oh, try to get there. There we go. Scott. Okay, so everybody take over and help me welcome all of the newbies here for today. We're going to get to a lot of your comments for today. I was thinking today, as I was kind of thinking about Christmas, and I'm thinking, here we are, we're into the final week before Christmas, and we know it's going to be a different Christmas. We know we've been hearing a lot of bad news lately about the numbers, and it's not unexpected, okay? That's another thing I want to pass on to you. These numbers are not unexpected. They're sad, but we knew it was coming. So this isn't something that was unexpected. I like you to know the truth. I like you to know the real thing, even if it's negative, because I don't want you just to start freaking out. But I was thinking, we're all thinking about how this Christmas is going to be horrible and terrible. And I thought that's really sad. It occurred to me that we are being given an opportunity here. We are being given a chance to rise above a bad situation. I know it's tough if you're not going to be with loved ones this year. I know it's tough. So what are you going to do about it? We could just sit down and cry about it, be miserable about it, and hurt our mental health. Or we could say, you know what? Damn it. Ooh, shook that. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to stand up to this, and I'm going to make this a special, special Christmas. And what we've been trying to do, or what I've been trying to do all this month, of course, is to help you with your depression, your mental health at Christmas. So all December, we've been trying to really focus on the good advice and good company here for Christmas, because it is a tough time. It's a very tough time. So today is, I guess, our second last show of December. So we really want to emphasize good mental health and help you get through this tough time. It's going to be a tough time for many, many people. And the one way you get through a tough time is by getting together. And I'm glad we're all here tonight because I need your help. I was thinking to myself, we have a chance to make this a special Christmas, but how do we do that? And there's lots of different pieces of advice out there, and I've got a lot of research, and I'm going to pass on some ideas to you. In fact, we're going to talk to one woman in England who has an idea that you can take part in on Christmas Eve along with the rest of the world. So that's coming up in a few minutes. Lovely lady, by the way, just absolutely lovely lady. Comes from a place called Harrogate, which is north of Leeds in North Yorkshire. So this is our challenge. In fact, let me see. And this gives you an idea, because I'm going to play some of the intro music for this next segment. Yeah, because we're going to turn Christmas 2020 on its ear, my friends. We are going to make this a special Christmas. We are right now going to do 2020, a Christmas makeover, and that's where I need your help. I have a few ideas, but I want to get them from you so that we can all work this out together and pass on to people how we can make this a better Christmas. Want to point out as well, this is going to be a big help if you are worried. A lot of people are using Zoom over Christmas, and Zoom has a 40-minute time limit for 3 or more people. So if you were planning on using Zoom for Christmas, that could have gotten in the way, but the people at Zoom are lifting the time limit. So starting at 10 o'clock in the morning this Wednesday, and they did the same for Hanukkah, which just passed, and happy Hanukkah as well. But starting 10 a.m. Wednesday until 6 in the morning on Saturday, there is no time limit on Zoom. So there's no time limit. You don't have to worry about the 40 minutes and keep dialing in and dialing in. So there will be no time limits on Zoom starting on Wednesday. They've also put up some festive backgrounds as well that you can add in there. And Zoom, I know if you're stuck with Zoom, but you know what? If you make a plan for it, maybe schedule things, games, maybe challenge each other to building puzzles, things like that. Send a puzzle to them and the same puzzle for you, and you can challenge each other. Get games, Monopoly, and any other game that if the other person has the same game, you can play it together. It doesn't mean just because you're not in the same room doesn't mean you can't be together. So make a plan to do things. Don't just say, oh, I'm going to do a Zoom and that'll be it. Because everyone's going to sit there and they're going to go, hi, Merry Christmas. How you doing? I'm good. You? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Plan it out. Don't just leave it. And try and really get into your mind, I want this Christmas to be special. So here's one woman who I'd mentioned who's in the UK who has took it upon herself to say, okay, I am going to stand up as well, and I'm going to give Christmas 2020 a makeover. We have a chance to make this special. We have a chance in years to come. We can look at Christmas 2020 one of two ways. We can look back and think how miserable it was and how horrible it was, or we can look back and say, boy, did we ever rise to the occasion? Did we make that special? I'm really, really thinking of the people who lived through the Blitz in Britain, especially in London, during the Second World War. And it was happening over Christmas. But, people did their best to keep that British stiff upper lip and say, screw it. We are going to celebrate this Christmas. The result is fond memories. I know it was a horrible, horrible time, but the result was a fond memory of a nation that now looks back and says, look what we did together. We did the best we could with what we had. And so they celebrated Christmas among the rubble. They celebrated Christmas down in the tube and the shelters. They celebrated. And that's what we have a chance to do right now. I want to introduce you to a woman who has started this Facebook page, but this was a few months ago. It's called the Worldwide Christmas Eve Jingle 2020. If you want to look it up on Facebook, Worldwide Christmas Eve Jingle 2020. There's a number of different ones. So she has a plan to have everyone in the world participate. I want to show you one quick thing on this Facebook page because this is from all over the world. And lo and behold, keep going just a little bit further. There we go. We got a family from Oshawa. There we go. So you can get on this page and you too can share some of your thoughts, your Christmas trees, things like that. But what she wants is hold on just a second. Jump on the queue there, Kevin. What she wants is she wants you to get some bells, and I got these at the dollar store. $1.50. So I got 2 of them. But what she wants you to do is at 6 o'clock your local time. So no matter where you are in the world, at 6 o'clock local time, she wants you to go up for a couple of minutes and ring the bells to help Santa get around the world, but also so that we can hear we're not alone. So I'm going to do it. Maybe I'll do it live. We'll try and do it live. Maybe I'll go out, I'll be out the window and I'll ring the bells and I'll hear other bells, and that'll help me feel good about that. So she is going to be on my podcast coming up on Tuesday morning, when it will be available for you to download, The Happy Molecule. I hope you are downloading it. I'm going to be getting to your comments. I promise. But talk amongst yourselves. Smoke if you have them. So she is going to be on my podcast on Tuesday. Here's a sneak peek. This was an idea you had back in October.
Yes. Yeah, 19th of October. I love the film Elf, and we watch it even through summer. And I love the bit at the end, you know, where they sing to raise Christmas spirit, to help fly the sleigh. And obviously the children this year have had it really tough. Everything's been cancelled. Halloween was cancelled for them. And I suppose that's really where the idea came from. And I thought, well, what could we do to make Christmas a little bit more magical and a little bit more special for them? And that's when I came up with ringing bells at 6 p.m. on Christmas Eve for 2 minutes. I put it out on a group, and literally within 24 hours, it just went boom. It just exploded. And now the whole world is taking part.
All right, so let's go over the rules here. Very simply, it's go out at 6 p.m. local time and jingle those bells. That's it.
That's it. Yes. and the fabulous thing about this is it doesn't matter if you're locked down or if you're having to isolate or anything due to COVID. This cannot be cancelled. This you can do with your families on the doorstep. And if all your communities join in as well, it's going to sound wonderful. And for 2 minutes, all of us can be in it together, and that's why I think it's really caught on with everyone.
It's important at this time because we all feel alone, right? We all feel isolated and alone. So it would be absolutely wonderful if I was jingling bells at 6 p.m. here in Toronto, that I would hear other bells jingling. All of a sudden, I'm not alone anymore.
Exactly. That's it. And we've encouraging. Well, I've had so many messages from people that don't have children or have lost their partner this year or, are alone. And they've said to me, we will be out with you. We'll be out at 6 p.m. ringing those bells, because then it's like a sense of community, of togetherness. We can't hug each other anymore. We can't come in close contact anymore. But together, we can do this. We can ring bells together.
All right, let me get to some of your comments here. Ruth points out UK time is 6 hours different in Canada. This is what she wants is she wants you to ring your bell at 6 o'clock your time, so local time. So she will ring hers along with the rest of the UK at 6 o'clock their time. And what she's hoping is she has people on her Facebook page from New Zealand. They will be the first to ring the bells. So that will happen, I think, at 8 a.m. No, sorry, 8 plus 6. Carry the 12. I think it's at 2 p.m. I don't know. Time zones are anyway. So every hour we're going to have a different time zone ringing their bells. So here in Toronto, we'll ring our bells at 6 p.m. And Vancouver, you will ring your bells 3 hours later. There was another comment here. Hold on, Paula. It says, I don't have bells. Just a second. There you go. You don't have to have bells. You have to make some noise. That's what you got to do. The other thing that she wanted to accomplish with this was a side message saying to our frontline workers, thank you, because right now the folks in hospitals are working their tushes off as the numbers rise. Don't forget, they're not just taking care of people with COVID, they're taking care of all sorts of patients. So that full interview will be on my podcast on Tuesday. Also coming up on Tuesday, during that same podcast, your ideas. And that's why I wanted to do this brainstorming session for you right now. I want us to give Christmas 2020 a makeover. right? That's what I want to do. Yeah. Yo, yo, yo. There you go. So that's what we want to do. We want to do Christmas 2020 on Makeover. What is your idea for Christmas? Now, I am going to start us off because I researched a few things. Let's turn this music down just a bit. There we go. Can I loop that? I don't know. Add hotkey. Yes, I can. Okay, there we go. I'll just leave that on. So I've been doing a lot of research on this, and there are a lot of suggestions that are quite common. I'm hearing them a lot, so it's not just from one place. So first of all, acknowledge your feelings. Yeah, we always talk about that when it comes with anything to do with mental health. You have to say, okay, I'm not feeling that hot about Christmas, because if you just allow your feelings to take over, it takes over your entire life. So just acknowledge those feelings. Reach out, most definitely. Reach out to people you haven't talked to for a while. Reach out and tell someone you're spending Christmas alone. They don't know. Don't sit there and feel sorry for yourself. Maybe they don't know. This is a really interesting one. How about time to set aside some differences? Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be an incredible legacy for Christmas 2020 when we talk about a makeover, a chance to do something special? And this is a perfect chance for you to reach out to that person who you haven't talked to in years, whoever they might be, and say, you know what? If nothing else, Christmas 2020 is saying to us, it's time to rise above. It's time to rise above. We have a mistaken impression of what Christmas is. We always have. The commercialization, the shopping, the presents, the demands, the stress. It is a reset year this year. Christmas is kicking us in the butt and saying, hey, let's try and remember what Christmas is really all about. Okay, let's get to some of the ideas. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to go with Shauna, first of all here. Holy cow, is a book, Shauna. Virtually on Christmas Eve, my immediate family are singing Christmas carols, enjoying a glass of wine. I'm reading 'Twas the Night to my grandchildren, and then the kids will open their gifts. It will be mayhem. I hope it will be. I hope it will be, Shauna, because mayhem is good. Hold on, I'm going to put that back up. Then on Boxing Day, all my extended adult family will be doing a Zoom call and playing a competitive game of trivia. I'm going to ring my bells on my porch in Agincourt at 6 p.m. on Christmas Eve. All right, hold on. Now, Kim, I'm wondering here, not feeling nada. I'm wondering here, Kim, if that is sort of your way of telling us that you need us to give you a kick in the butt as well. Because I want you to feel something. I really do want you to feel something special. The way you deal with any mental health issue and the way you improve your mental health, and again, I remind you, it's not a show for people who just have depression. This is a show for anybody who has mental health, which is, everybody. We're here for each other. And so we need to take control of our feelings and our moods. If we let them take control of us, if we don't feel anything, then that doesn't help us in the least. Like, nobody is going to say, oh, poor thing, because we're all in the same boat. So we're being given a chance. And let me see. I'm hoping that we can all help Kim find something to feel. All right. Let me get to some more of your comments. Yeah, see, Mike, hang around here, Kim. You'll love the interactions. Hey, Mike, can you re-up your comment regarding what you wanted to happen Christmas Eve? Mike doesn't ask much, okay? He doesn't ask much, but I love it because he's thinking outside the box. So, Mike, I'll wait for that comment. A little hard, unless some NASA scientists happen to be listening in. So I'll wait for that in just a minute. And Ruth, yes, connect with the Kevin's Post Isolators. Every night, 7 o'clock, they get together. Let me see. Laurel will be Zooming some jackpot games with our friends and family, also some trivia. I own an escape room, and we've been streaming games for everyone to join in. Isn't that neat? So you're actually, still sort of participating in the escape room from the comfort of your couch. Okay, let's go. Let's start thinking outside the box, my friends. Let us start coming up with ideas for each other, ideas I can share on my podcast to the rest of the world on Tuesday. That's when the podcast gets downloaded. Let's start coming up with ideas. What can you do that you haven't heard of before? We've all heard about the Zoom and the virtual, things like that. What else can we do? And I'm waiting for Mike to re-up that thing. I saw it on Twitter, Mike. I'm a TTC driver. I'm in bed usually by 7. Thank you for what you do, by the way, Kim. Without our TTC ops, where would we be? Now, for those of you not in Toronto, TTC is our municipal bus service. Let me see. We need to appreciate being alive through Christmas time with family is not happening. Charlie Brown Christmas tree looks just right. I love Charlie Brown Christmas trees. I do love that. We could have Christmas tree competitions. There are many Facebook pages. Create a 2020 recipe. Yeah, and share that. If you are adept at cooking and making recipes, then do that. You could work with the kids this week on making different bells as well. Okay, so here's Mike's idea. He's got it here. Got to talk to Google Earth at midnight Eastern time. We all go outside. Christmas Day, point any light we have towards the sky and have Google Earth take a picture. See, Mike doesn't ask for much, but I like it because it's thinking outside the box. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? I'm teasing you, Mike, but wouldn't that be incredible if we could have a picture of Christmas 2020? This could be a special Christmas. We could make this an incredible Christmas. And it doesn't mean, when I say we fail to learn the true meaning of Christmas, it is something that, whether you are a religious person or not, there is a meaning to Christmas, especially if you're a religious person. But it is a time of rebirth. It is a time of, it's supposed to be a time of togetherness, but it still can be. The trick is, how do you make it a time of togetherness? That's the thing. Let me see. Homemade cards. Yes, that's a really good idea. Mike Robin, can it be done? Well, if somebody from Google Earth is watching right now, or you know someone, maybe it can. I don't know. I like that. I saw people doing family gingerbread house competitions between households. Looked fun. If you've never made a gingerbread house, it honestly is a lot of fun. And you can easily get pre-made structures. You don't have to cook the gingerbread if you don't want to. Most grocery stores all sell gingerbread kits. That's a really good idea. Then you go to the dollar store or Bulk Barn or whatever, and you get a bunch of candies and you decorate it. We make an epic gingerbread town as well. Starting a new tradition. Think about the traditions you have at Christmas time. Well, they started sometime, right? Wouldn't it be great if your grandkids said, back in 2020, I don't know why your grandkids would be talking like old people, but back in 2020, great grandpa Frankish came up with this idea of whatever. You could start a tradition this year, and people can remember it as being, it was the year of the pandemic, and it was a year that we rose above. Hold on just a second here. I have to sniffle, and Shauna told me to turn my mic off when I sniffle. So there we go. Let me see. Going to revert. Okay. Oh, that's cool, because I don't get the kids their gifts, and they can't get mine to me. We're going to do a reverse gift opening on video chat. Okay. Let me see. My mom made okay. Oh, my mom made cookies in individual baggies placed in the mail room for the condo people. I love that, especially if you live in an apartment, in a condo, even in a neighborhood. So you've seen those book libraries, those free libraries that people put up in their front lawn sometimes in neighborhoods. Let's have a cookie library. So welcome to everyone. Let me see. I'm trying to look for some ideas right now. Let me see. I'll repeat Patricia's idea from last night. Virtually, you open presents together. You open theirs, they open yours. When it's safe to get together, then you can actually exchange them. I like that. Could be a bit of a tease, though, but I like that. I really, really do. Of course, it does help build the anticipation. And Charity says, I'd rather make my aunt's gingerbread recipes. If you can make it, all the more power to you. It will taste that much better. Let me see. Make 2020 decorations. Oh, that's such a great idea, Brenda. That's a good idea. Make 2020 decorations. Because that will become a legacy. That will become something that goes on your tree every year to remind you about Christmas 2020 and what you did to rise above. You could decorate a mask, maybe. And Mike is still after someone who knows somebody at Google. Let me see. Okay, Karen, horse-drawn sleigh rides. Okay, that's good. Doable? I don't know, unless you happen to know someone. Writing Christmas letters to your loved ones. Let me see. Okay, yeah, get some beads and stretchy cord, make bracelets. You know, there's so many things that you can go to craft stores and make for Christmas, and then it becomes a keepsake for definitely. Hello! Nancy says hello to Kevin and Parker. Oh, charity, good for you. I wrote a letter to my aunt, and I have not done that in years. Wouldn't that be an incredible legacy? Wouldn't that be something you could remember 2020? You talk to your mom, your dad, your sister, your friend who you had a falling out with. And you say, we're going to use this to literally bury the hatchet, to no more. Let me see. Okay, yeah, in my area, the school did a walk around the neighborhood, voted for best houses. Decorations are... Is it my imagination? Are there fewer decorations this year? And there should be more, because we need that, and we need those decorations. If you have decorated your house for Christmas, I think we should leave the I'm usually the one that says I want all decorations down by January the 6th. I'm that guy. But maybe we should leave our decorations up longer this year. Right into March, April. We need it. We need that. Let me see. My kids and I are... Okay. Yeah, Kim, my kids and I are essential workers. We can't get together. We'll be all virtual gatherings this year. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Thank you for what you do. Could we make another Christmas? Okay, here's an idea. And this would be for Kim and her kids, okay? Here's an idea I just had. What if we got together and petitioned our various governments? And we said, once the pandemic has passed, we need another Christmas, an official holiday where we get 2 days off. So it could be in July 25th. That's hoping that we can get back together by July 25th. But when it's over, could we not petition our government officials? And I'm talking not just in a local municipality. I'm talking everywhere, that it could spread around the world, that we would get 2 days off on a specified date and we could celebrate Christmas. I don't know. It's just an idea. Let me see. Making homemade panzerotti. Oh, I love panzerottis. My boys are teens. They are getting their hands dirty for the first time. They're teens, I believe. Let me see. Okay, we're starting a new tradition. Board games. Let me see. Let me see. I see. Okay, Matthew, I'll put this up. Matthew keeps putting this. At first, I thought he meant something else. But I know Matthew. It's X-Men movies, right? It's the Marvel movies that he wants to watch. Okay. Mike says there's clearly more decorations in Cochrane this year, and earlier too. But Ruth says not so many lights in ours. Excuse me. Hold on. All right. Let me see. Thank you for doing this, Kevin. You're helping so many people by just being... Hey, you know what? We're helping each other. I'm just like the conduit, okay? We're all helping each other. We're all here for each other. And by the way, any new people here, make your presence known. And our family here will induct you into the family. We're not going to indict you. I promise. We're not going to do that. Let me see. Kimberly says she thinks there's more Christmas decorations. I agree with you, Kevin. Make the lights sparkle longer. I want a hug day. Yes, that would be a good idea as well. There's going to have to be some celebration, won't there, once we can all get back together. Yeah, cozy at home is not like being in a foxhole. Is anybody else getting tired of this music? Hold on. There we go. Yeah, we are fortunate. Another thing we can do is count our blessings, right? And we're supposed to do that every Christmas, but never more than this Christmas. Count our blessings. I know that it doesn't make it all that much better to say, well, you know what? At least we have, shelter. At least we have food. We hear it all the time, but we really need to take that to heart. We really need to look around, and instead of saying what we don't have and what we can't do, let's talk about what we do have and what we can do. That's so important. And writing it down, you know what? There's another idea for decorations, and an idea you can do with the kids is every time someone thinks of a blessing, of something they're grateful for, every time they draw it on a pre-made ornament card or something, and they hang it on the tree. You could hang what you are grateful for on the tree. And I'm not talking just sitting doing it once. I'm talking about doing it whenever you think about it. So you could make these pre-made decorations, leave them on the kitchen counter, and whenever someone thinks of something they're grateful for, they come, they write it down, and they hang it on the tree. Just to remind yourself what you do have, what we do have. Let me see. Town of St. George, Ontario had Christmas in October for a child that wouldn't make it to December 25th. Red, that's very sad, but it was an idea in which a community came together and realized the importance of Christmas for this child. So that's really good. So it doesn't mean Christmas has to be December the 25th. In fact, most scholars will tell you that the origins of Christmas, the birth of Christ, was not in December. Definitely not December 25th. So it doesn't mean we can't move the date. It's only a date. It was picked, I believe, because it was the beginning of a new year. It was the winter solstice. And anyway, read your history, folks. But December 25th is just a date. It's just a date. You know what I yearn for? I want to share a little story with you about my thoughts about what the true meaning of Christmas peace is. And I've always thought about this since I was a child. There's that time, and it became more apparent as I was an adult. There's that time on December 24th. So for the week, the month previous, you've been running around like crazy, putting up decorations, decorating the tree, shopping, stressing out, getting everything ready. And then you go to the corner store to buy some batteries on Christmas Eve just before it closes. I think more and more we're seeing some convenience stores stay open. Unfortunately, I really wish everything would close. I really do. But there's that time, and then as you're leaving the corner store, they turn the lights out, and so there's no more stores open. There's no more shopping I can do. There's no more pressure. I mean, if it isn't done, nothing I can do about it right now. There's just a few cars on the road. If you listen, the noise of the city is somewhat a little bit more hushed. And it's before the mayhem that is Christmas morning. There's that time of Christmas peace when the world goes quiet, or your world goes quiet. And that's what I strive for if I'm thinking about Christmas peace and what I want to do. Wow, lots of great suggestions here. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, and okay, Darcy, it's going to be a wonderful date for me, my daughter, and our dog. We're going to dress up for Christmas dinner. All of us. Yes, dress up. Dress up in your finery. In your Sunday go-to-meeting clothes. Dress up on Christmas Eve, on Christmas Day, especially for dinner. Why not? I wish more people found the benefits of cannabis. I will leave that there for you. I will just leave that there for you. Let me see. Leslie Glover. Oh, wait, we have a new person here. New here. There we go. Leslie, hello, and welcome to you. Let me see. Your finery, Mike. Yes, your finery. And I'm not talking about your Cochrane tuxedo there, Mike. I'm talking about your Sunday go-to-meeting clothes. Sorry, I'm channeling my Charlie Farquharson. If anybody is, as old as me, you know who Charlie Farquharson is if you're from Canada. So, yeah, we used to call it a North Bay tuxedo when I grew up in North Bay, and that's a plaid shirt. It's called your North Bay tuxedo. So that's where that came from. Let me see. Oh, yeah. So Kim. So Kim's our TTC op. The quiet of Toronto late at night is beautiful. I miss it. I drive the Queen night car and love the silence of the night. And if you're from Toronto, the Queen car, there's two wild rides in Toronto. One of them is what's called the Zoo bus. That's the Yonge Street overnight bus. And then there's the Queen car. Very interesting people. Oh, never a dull moment. But from the sounds, it looks like late on Christmas Eve. It's great when things get a lot more quiet. Yeah, that would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. Let me see. Hold on. I'm trying to get to as many of these as I can. Holy 1930s, buddy. Come on, Mike. Come on. Charlie Farquharson is in the 1930s. One of my favorites. I had a chance to meet him. Don Herron, who played Charlie Farquharson. The quietest man you will ever meet, for one thing, when he's Don Herron. When he's Charlie, he talks like this. But when he was Don Herron, he was so quiet and soft-spoken. Very good man. Very good man. Outdoor ice skating, if possible. Ski hills are open. It looks as though ski hills may remain. I'm not sure how an expanded lockdown would work, but I think ski hills are going to remain open with a lot of different rules. So, yeah, getting out is great. From your Wabashine, Janice, hello and welcome from Wabashine up there in the southern Georgian Bay shoreline. If it's just you and your spouse, how about your birthday suit? LOL. Okay, yeah, any port in a storm. Let's see. Yeah, I would love to see that. Close everything for a day. It would be wonderful. It would be absolutely wonderful. Let me see. There's Donna telling her their husband drove the Queen car for years. The Queen streetcar, by the way, was noted by, who was it? Was it National Geographic? I'm not sure who it was, but noted as one of the best tram rides in the world. One of the best. It's, I think, one of the top 10 tram rides in the world. We are in lockdown here in Alberta. Yeah, I know. And the numbers have been kind of zany there as well. They're good, they're bad, they're good, they're bad. So this is what we're trying to do, Jennifer, was trying to find ways that let's just do, give one of these to the lockdown. Hello from Midland. Hello, Jane, and welcome to you. Okay, here's Jennifer saying, just find things to do. She's so right. What do you tell your kids when you want them to go outside and play? You tell your kids, just go outside and play. And what do they say to you? There's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. Just go outside. And you kick them out. And then you can't get them back in because they find stuff to do. I'm going to re-up that one. Hold on. Where is it? Jennifer, just find things to do. You can. You can sit there and be miserable, or you can find things to do. I found myself sort of falling into a bit of a depression yesterday. And I realized I was sitting around doing nothing. So I got up and I started getting stuff done, doing things. I felt so much better. You sit there and you feel sorry for yourself. It doesn't do any good. It doesn't do you any good. All right. So once again, what we are doing right now is we are trying to give Christmas 2020 a makeover. I want your ideas because I want to include them in my podcast. For everybody else, the podcast, as usual, is available for download on Tuesday morning. First thing on Tuesday morning. If you missed it a few minutes ago, tell you what I'll do. I am going to play a preview of the upcoming podcast. I talked to a lovely lady from North Yorkshire in the UK who has gone viral in the world, has more than 1 million people who have said yes, they are going to do it. She wants everybody to jingle their bells on Christmas Eve, local time, at your local time, 6 p.m. So whenever it's 6 p.m. locally, you can go to Worldwide Christmas Eve Jingle 2020 and find out more. There's nothing really to find out. We just want you to ring your bells at 6 p.m. wherever you are at that time. And she is going to be my guest this week on my podcast. This was an idea you had back in October.
Yes. Yeah, 19th of October. I love the film Elf, and we watch it even through summer. And I love the bit at the end, you know, where they sing to raise Christmas spirit, to help fly the sleigh. And obviously the children this year have had it really tough. Everything's been cancelled. Halloween was cancelled for them. And I suppose that's really where the idea came from. And I thought, well, what could we do to make Christmas a little bit more magical and a little bit more special for them? And that's when I came up with ringing bells at 6 p.m. on Christmas Eve for 2 minutes. And I put it out on a group, and literally within 24 hours, it just went boom. It just exploded. And now the whole world is taking part.
All right, so let's go over the rules here. Very simply, it's go out at 6 p.m. local time and jingle those bells. That's it.
That's it. Yes. and the fabulous thing about this is it doesn't matter if you're locked down or if you're having to isolate or anything due to COVID. This cannot be cancelled. This you can do with your families on the doorstep. And if all your communities join in as well, it's, you know, it's going to sound wonderful. And for 2 minutes, all of us can be in it together, you know, and that's why I think it's really caught on with everyone.
It's important at this time because we all feel alone, right? We all feel isolated and alone. So it would be absolutely wonderful if I was jingling bells at 6 p.m. here in Toronto, that I would hear other bells jingling. All of a sudden, I'm not alone anymore. Exactly.
That's it. And we've encouraging. Well, I've had so many messages from people that don't have children or have lost their partner this year or, you know, are alone. And they've said to me, we will be out with you, or we'll be out at 6 p.m. ringing those bells, because then it's like a sense of community, of togetherness. You know, we can't hug each other anymore. You know, we can't come in close contact anymore. But together we can do this. We can ring bells together.
Fantastic. So you'll hear more of her coming up on Tuesday as well. I'm going to be paying a visit to our charity partners, the Holiday Helpers folks. I've been asking you to donate to them this December because they do incredible work, but it makes you feel better to give, and to give your time, to give money. I had a chance to visit their warehouse, which is in South Etobicoke, in an old Home Outfitters store. And these are incredible angels, incredible people. You can help out as well. Just you can donate. They do need drivers. They need people to wrap. I think they've got most of the gifts right now, but they can always use money to help pay for them. Every family, by the way, gets a Christmas tree and ornaments and decorations, even extension cords to go through that. So these are for families who may not have had a chance to celebrate Christmas in more ways than one, that they just don't have the money for the gifts or for things for their kids. So I want you to donate, holidayhelpers.org, and I want to thank everybody who works there, and we'll have more on that visit coming up on my podcast as well on Tuesday. A little message here from the workers. Feeling good? There's no gravity there, by the way. So thank you to that. Let me see. You know, I live rule. Should we drive around ringing bells? No. Ring them there. Let the cows hear. Ring them in your home. I want you to remember Christmas Eve 2020. I want you to remember it, but I want you to remember it with a bit of fondness. Let's see. A few years ago, I visited a Mennonite store at 3 p.m. Everything stopped in the store, and the ladies who were sewing started to sing for 15 minutes. Wonderful. Made me feel so relaxed. So sing on Christmas Day. Sing. Indeed. Okay, I'm going to wrap things up for now. I need your ideas, though. Yes, the cows will hear me. And I know Darlene doesn't live in the rural area. Okay. I need your ideas, though. Can you please send me an email, thehappymolecule@gmail.com, with your ideas to think out of the box. I'm going to try and remember as many of these. I'm going to have to go back and write some of them down. And I'm going to put it in my podcast on Tuesday. Don't forget to download the podcast and tell all your friends about it, because it really does help me. I want to continue doing that podcast and this Facebook Live show. And the only way I can do that is if I get more subscribers. And it's going along well. So please don't forget to download the podcast on Tuesday morning from your favorite podcast directory. And if you don't have a favorite podcast directory, you can go to thehappymolecule.com. And you have a link there to all the different podcast directories, and you can listen to the podcast on that site. You can also read my blogs, and you can send me a message. So thehappymolecule.com, or email me, thehappymolecule@gmail.com, your ideas. You know what? I think I'm going to be live Christmas Eve, 6 p.m. Let's do all this together. We again have a choice here. We have, if you're a true spin doctor, you know, a public relations person, a good public relations person will tell you there's no such thing as a problem, only an opportunity. So we can't look at this Christmas as a problem, as something to be miserable about. Let's look at it as an opportunity. Let's look at it as a time that we got our Christmas spirit back. That Christmas magic that maybe some of us lost years ago. That 2020 was the year we got it back. But that's up to you. That's up to you to make a choice. I know sometimes it feels like you don't want to put the effort in. But I promise you, if you do, you will be glad you did. You're not doing this for 2020 you. You're doing this for 2021 you, and 2022 you, and 2030 you, and 2030 your grandchildren and your children. You're doing it so that you can look back at 2020 and you can say, I reinvented myself. I gave 2020 Christmas a makeover. That's what I did. And you'll remember that. And you'll be better for it. Or you can just sit back, sit down, let it go, and give in. But you're only hurting yourself. I don't want you to hurt yourself. We have an opportunity here, an opportunity. And this may be an opportunity we only get once in our lifetime. I hope this opportunity only comes once in our lifetime. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to sit down and let it run you over, let your mood, let your feelings run you over? Or are you going to take charge? Are you going to make your own choice to stand up this Christmas? To find that magic somehow. That's what Christmas is about, right? Even Ebenezer Scrooge, in the end, spent Christmas happy. So I want you to rediscover this Christmas. What is it going to take? And maybe spend 5 minutes every day this week breathing. Spend 5 minutes breathing and thinking about what it's going to take. So everybody together, big breath, and let it out. And one more time. Big breath in. And out. And it's going to be a Merry Christmas. Don't forget, the podcast comes out Tuesday morning. I hope you download it. I hope you subscribe to it. A video version is also available on my YouTube channel if you want to take a look at some past versions. And you can also see all these Facebook shows on the YouTube channel as well. So until the next time, my friends, my family, take care of yourself. And I'm waiting for it. I'm going to have to wait because you know how it takes time for the comments to catch up. So until next time, take care of yourself and... There we go. Take care of each other. Yeah, Mike, nice try on the spelling. Mike was rushing. There we go. All of these. So, until next time, take care of yourself and take care of each other.